Any other informational witnesses? Sir, we cannot permit it. I mean,
Well, it's just informational.
well,
Felons carry guns. Just
Huh?
know that.
yeah. If you wanna be really brief, sir, I'll let you.
Well, it's just that we allow felons to carry guns, but we're not allowing felons to carry marijuana. It's just a contradiction.
Thank you, sir. This is tougher than it looks, you know, man. Is there any questions from the committee?
I have a quick question.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I have a question for, hold on. It's been a long day. He was the first proponent, the first person that testified. He was a representative of the Department of Public Health and Human Services.
Yes.
Roy Kemp.
Please.
Mr. Chair, Representative.
Mr. Kemp, Mr. Chair, Mr. Kemp, my question actually has to do with the committee process today. I know that you testified, and I thought, you know, your testimony was of particular note because you are here representing the Department of Public Health and Human Services, the agency of our state that actually administers the cards to medical marijuana patients. And so my question for you before we go further is, we're here today for Senate Bill 423, which is Senator Essman's bill, which provides some regulations to the industry. We've been presented today here with amendments that are, frankly, as different as they could be, and as Sue O'Connor from Legislative Services indicated, really represent substitute bills. And so my question for you, in your testimony, you were providing testimony on Senate Bill 423, and then my understanding we're referencing some of Representative Noonan's amendments. My question is, have you even had time to read Representative Carrie Smith's amendments? I mean, I guess I'm in fear here that none of us have really had time to read anything.
Representative, or Mr. Chair, Representative, I had about 3 hours.
To read, okay. And so my question then, in regard to Representative Smith's, did you present any testimony here in regard to that, or? I guess that's where I'm getting at.
Well, it's difficult to indicate that you're a proponent on some things and an opponent on other issues. I think there's good pieces in both of the amendments. The position that I'm taking, or the department is taking, is that we would support Representative Noonan's amendments to this this House bill, or Senate bill, excuse me.
Right, and so, follow up, Mr. Chair.
Through the chair, yes.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Kemp, so can you tell us then, without, I don't know if you have it in front of us, or I know you read it 3 hours ago, my notation says that it came out of Legislative Services an hour before this committee hearing, so you must have had some insider ability to get that. But, I mean, what provisions of Representative Carrie Smith's amendments would the department oppose?
Mr. Chair, Representative Hill, there are good elements to Representative Smith's bill. The doctor limitation is excellent, and we think that is a very excellent amendment. There are other things in the Smith amendment that are problematic. For instance, the transition, there is none. We simply, one day everybody has medical marijuana, the next day nobody has it, and we have to start a process that would legitimize and license all of these new individuals who are then limited by capacity to only one patient, et cetera. I'm not sure how the department can make a transition where one day the registry is in effect and the next day everything has to cease, including the processing of those applications that we've received that were still under the original act. Do we continue to process everything that is waiting? Do we cease on June 20th? Because that takes us 10 days. And so by July 1, there will be no more processing of cards. It's a difficult question to answer in specificity.
Thank you. I don't have anything else.
No further questions? Would Senator Essman like to close?
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. You know, obviously I drew the short straw. But this is not an issue that the people of Montana can draw a short straw on. I talked to a lot of people during my campaign because I went door to door. And I talked to a lot of people in my district that told me that they had voted for the initiative in 2004, and they were not happy with what was transpiring at the moment. So I'm happy to carry the short straw and try to deal with this very difficult subject. Obviously, we are not going to be able to arrive at a solution that pleases everyone. That much is given. We do need to resolve this in a fashion that will uphold the values of Montanans, and I think that does mean protecting the interests of the children in this state. It will mean dealing with this very difficult issue in a responsible manner, given the limitations of the decisions that the governor is going to make on House Bill 161. There is not going to, we are at day 77, which means we have remaining a maximum of 13 legislative days to resolve this. There will not be any room for ego or interests of Senate versus House to get involved and complicate the resolution of this. We need a good faith effort on everybody's part to examine the goals we are trying to achieve and make a good faith effort to come up with a means of coming together on how best to achieve those goals. And I look forward to working with the House in trying to resolve that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That is all with the hearing on Senate Bill 423. Let's take a 10-minute break and come back and do executive action.